Even though I still have like 50 minutes of this stream that I could still cover, I've decided that this is the last one. This is the last icky taint of humanity. What is up, you heathens and demons, you sinners and saints, you beautiful, blasphemous bastards? Welcome back to The Rage. I am the Raging Atheist, and I have decided that this is going to be the last of the videos, even though I could go farther and just get more and more crap, because Smokey gets worse and worse and more belligerent as the stream goes on, at least what I've seen of the stream. It's not any new points. It's all this, insinuation and assuming based on a comment or two that I had made, and it's just all ridiculous, and I'm done spending time on it. So we're gonna get through this last video, and we're gonna wrap it up. Smokey's dead. He's gone. He's not a part of what I do anymore. So let's bury him official.
And you know what? He's the better parent. She'll be better off with him. Yada, yada, yada.
Yes. Okay, Peterson. What is the nature of the scenario? Mind you, sir, what is the nature of the scenario where this thing, Ronnie the Rat Roach, with a violent personal history?
For one, I don't have to tell you the nature of the scenario. It's none of your business. It's none of your business how I ended up with custody to my daughter. It just really isn't. But as I mentioned in the last video, I mentioned one thing. Postpartum depression played a major role. But this thing is like I'm this violent character, right? I have this violent past. For one, that was 20 years ago. So there is this thing that should be a redeemed character, right? All right, so for the last 20 years, I have spent my life as not a violent person, as in fact, the opposite, a very non-violent person. I am a very non-violent person today. You crossed the line. I told you to meet me in a boxing ring, to do it like men, to do it with a referee, and you're too cowardly for that. That doesn't make me violent. That just, I said we could have done it for charity. Whatever charity, Christian charity you wanted to do, you were just too cowardly. But I served my time. I paid my price to society for my crimes. Over the years, I became a better and better person. So what I did 20 years ago, 10 years, a decade before my daughter was born, bore no relevance to the court case here in Michigan. It just didn't.
What scenario, Peterson? What does that scenario look like, sir? Since you're trying to white knight for Ronnie about how there could be a scenario. There could be a scenario where it's just best. It's just best for the mother to completely give up all custody of her daughter.
All right, so never said she gave up all custody. I said I have sole custody. Giving up all custody would be her giving up her rights, and she never did that. Having sole custody means that we don't have a 50-50 agreement, that it's not 50-50. There are stipulations involved with that. Now, I understand you've never had a child, Smokey, so you wouldn't understand all of this. This is why you are making yourself to look like just an absolute fucking idiot here. You don't understand what you're talking about because you're a spoiled, rotten little child that has never had to take care of anything but himself for his entire life.
Okay, what is that scenario? Because I see it generally as being, prison, violence, or drugs. So sure, I can certainly make a hyperbolic assertion from everything that Ronnie has advertised in cumulative that there's something wrong with this woman. And Peterson is essentially saying the same thing, just in a very roundabout, light, sugar-coated, soft type of way.
And right there, he just gives away his ignorance, right? He says, I see it as primarily being prison, violence, or drugs. But like almost every divorce in this country has a custody battle. Not every, it's that you're just wrong. You're just wrong. Why would men even fight for custody if they didn't have a chance of getting custody, Smokey? Oh, you don't have a kid. You don't understand these things. So you're insinuating, because I, Smokey Saint, say that the only reason a man could get custody of a child over a woman is violence, prison, or drugs. It doesn't make any fucking sense. You're just stupid.
Yes, Peterson. I also recognize the scenario where seemingly it was decided that it was a better thing for the barely functional, retarded, vitriolic, substance abusing rat roach to get the child, as opposed to whatever this thing was.
So, I mean, you clearly see the dehumanizing aspects here. You know, I am all those things that he called me. This, you know, he can't get over the fact. His incredulity comes from the fact that he dislikes me as a person. I'm a godless person. I'm not quiet about it. I don't hide that. So he dislikes that. He dislikes that I am who I am. So he can't understand how a court would side with me in a custody battle. That's just on you, dog. Not everybody in this world is a douchebag like you are. And then he goes on to dehumanize a person that's never said anything bad against him, has nothing to do with YouTube, has nothing to do with the videos that I make, does not share the same beliefs that I have. He goes to dehumanize her as this thing, because he only assumes that men can get custody for certain reasons, that it must be a skank whore if a man got custody. Smokey, I'm sorry you're an incel. I'm sorry you don't know how to have sex. I'm sorry you don't know how to keep a relationship. I'm sorry nobody ever wanted to have a child with you. It's because you are disgusting.
And we have now taken it a step further on some of those assertions to look at the grand scale and say, yes, there probably was to be something wrong with this woman. And Ronnie's constant attempts to leverage his circumstances and his history for sympathy and empathy while he lies through his stupid moron mouth about what he's been through and about how bad it is for him.
I don't really say it's bad for me. I have often talked about how I enjoy my life, how I have everything that I need. I don't need much. I have my daughter. She doesn't need much. She's a good kid. It's not really that bad for me. I'm going through a bad time right now because of COVID. Millions of people are, not just me. And as for me lying about my past, why, if I was going to lie about my past, why would I do it in a way that paints me negatively? Why wouldn't I give some rosy, peachy past history that would make me look like some great guy? No, I share my past because it's important. I share my past because I'm not the only one that went through those things. I share my past because this question of God, of Jesus being better and making people better, when in my personal experience, it didn't. That's important. Like, if you're talking about prison, very easy to look that up. You can see, yeah, I went to prison. Very easy to look that up. Very easy to find my felonies once you have my real name. I have no reason to lie about anything. Again, this is projection coming from Smokey Saint, because Smokey Saint lies about everything. So, you know, when it comes to this, when it comes to Smokey trying to go to this low, it failed. It doesn't land. She's not a part of this. You see, ultimately, the question here is, does your God exist? And clearly, Smokey shows that it doesn't. Because if it did, it would have made Smokey Saint a better human being. So this is going to be my last time addressing this. If it comes to my attention, it would probably not be a very good experience for whoever brings it to my attention. I'm not going to really give any credence to this at all. So I'm done with Smokey Saint. You know, back when I buried him from the live streams, that was just going to be live streams. I was going to put him in the editing room. And I'm not saying he'll never end up back in the editing room, but he's buried. I'm done. I have no need to talk to this fool anymore. Continue on along this line if you wish. I don't care. It makes you look like a piece of shit. I'm going to come after the people around you, and they're going to have to answer to me. All right, I promise, those Patreon slides are coming. You can barely see it, but I got you guys there. We're making the slides. By the time this video is on YouTube, old news. But for you patrons, those slides are coming, and thank you for your patronage. And I want to thank you personally for watching this video and for your support. If you liked it, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, share me on your social media, comment in the comment section below. Hit that bell so you're notified every time I make a new video or every time there's a new live stream. As always, I'll see you soon.